Did he just say that? Jungkook finally accepts being called Oppa. After years of refusal-flushed-face collision, the golden magne has spoken, and this time, the word that once made him cringe has now become his new charm. Jungkook, the youngest member of BTS, has officially and unexpectedly embraced the title, Oppa, sending armies around the world into a collective meltdown. For years, he had playfully rejected the affectionate term, insisting he wasn't comfortable with being called that by fans. But in a stunning twist that no one saw coming, Jungkook did the unthinkable during his recent live stream. He smiled, chuckled, and said, "You can call me Oppa now." The room went silent for a second before erupting in virtual chaos. How did it come to this? What changed in Jungkook's heart? And what does this reveal about his evolution from the shy teenage trainee we met in 2013 to the confident, mature man who now leads trends worldwide? When Jungkook appeared on his post-service live stream last week, fans were already buzzing about his ranking at number 4 in the 2025 Top 100 Most Handsome Faces of K-pop, just behind newcomer JL of AHOF, who debuted in July this year. BTS's dominance, even during their military hiatus, remains unparalleled, and Jungkook's return has only reignited the spark. But no one expected the evening to take such a turn. Between laughs and casual talk about working out, cooking, and reconnecting with the members, the conversation drifted to fan nicknames, a topic that has long defined Jungkook's complex relationship with his fandom identity. Fans began flooding the chat with the word he once despised: Oppa, Oppa, Oppa. Thousands of comments in multiple languages screamed across the screen, teasingly echoing the forbidden title. The younger Jungkook, the one from 2016 or 2018, would have frowned, chuckled awkwardly, and firmly told fans to stop. But this time he paused. A small, amused smile crept across his lips. He looked straight into the camera and, with a mischievous tone, said softly, "It's okay now. You can call me Oppa." The live stream exploded. The moment was clipped, shared, and subtitled in over 30 languages within minutes. Army screamed, laughed, cried, and replayed it on loop. It wasn't just a word, it was a symbol of transformation, of maturity, of Jungkook finally stepping into a phase of his life where he's no longer running from the image the world has of him, but owning it. For those who followed his journey, this shift feels monumental. From a boy who once shied away from being called cute, who struggled to accept compliments and even flinched at overt displays of affection, Jungkook has now become a man who's self-assured, grounded, and, perhaps most surprisingly, playfully open to being adored. It's a side of him that has evolved through the years, through sleepless nights in the studio, through the intensity of global fame, and through the silence of military service. It's the kind of growth you can't fake, the kind that comes only with time and reflection. The timing of this revelation couldn't be more perfect. With BTS's full reunion now in sight following the completion of their military service in June 2025, the world has been eagerly watching for signs of what's next. Jungkook's relaxed demeanor and newfound comfort with himself have been described by Korean media as the glow of a man who's found balance. Even in the hyper-competitive world of K-pop, where idols are constantly compared, Jungkook stands out not just for his looks or talent, but for his authenticity, a quality that fans say has only deepened during his time away from the spotlight. Yet the question remains, what made him change his mind about that word? Why now, after all these years, has Jungkook finally accepted Oppa as part of his identity? Some fans believe it was his time in the military that softened him. Away from cameras and global scrutiny, Jungkook reportedly found comfort in the simplicity of routine and brotherhood. Letters he wrote to fans during service hinted at introspection and personal growth. "I've learned a lot about who I am when I'm not performing," he said in one message. "And maybe that's something I want to share with you when I return." It's possible that distance gave him clarity, that the young idol who once felt suffocated by fan adoration learned to see it not as pressure, but as love. Others point to the influence of his BTS brothers. Jeon, who was discharged earlier this year, has long been the group's confident, worldwide handsome, young, comfortable with his image and charisma. Jimin and V, too, have embraced their charm with grace, teasing fans with warmth and confidence. Perhaps seeing his members return, older and wiser, reminded Jungkook that Oppa isn't just a word, it's a term of connection, of affection, a bridge between idol and fan that no longer feels uncomfortable but meaningful. But there's another layer. Jungkook's shift also reflects the evolution of BTS's relationship with their fandom. When BTS debuted in 2013, Oppa culture was often criticized for objectifying idols or creating unhealthy parasocial dynamics. Jungkook, sensitive even as a teenager, rejected it instinctively, wanting fans to see him as an artist, not an idealized fantasy. His refusal to be called Oppa was, in a sense, his rebellion, a small act of self-preservation. But now, at 28, he seems to understand that love and respect can coexist, that fans calling him Oppa isn't diminishing him, it's celebrating him. It's a language of devotion, one that has evolved just as he has. Social media lit up in the hours following his live stream. Tweets reading, "He finally said it loudly crying face," and "Jungkook Oppa ERA has begun," trended across X, formerly Twitter, and TikTok. The moment became a meme, a reaction video template, and even the subject of analysis threads exploring the psychological evolution of Jungkook's self-image. Some fans even joked that they could hear his confidence through the screen. Others, however, saw something deeper, a glimpse of vulnerability. "It's not about him giving permission," one fan wrote. "It's about him feeling safe enough to let us in." Meanwhile, Korean entertainment outlets seized the moment. The Korea Herald called it a small but powerful declaration of self-acceptance. Dispatch dubbed it the end of an era, while all K-pop titled their piece simply, "Jungkook's Oppa Moment, the day ARMY stopped breathing." The clip of him saying, "You can call me Oppa," reached 35 million views in less than 24 hours, overtaking even clips from his solo performances of Seven and Standing Next to You. What's striking is how the incident intersected with other pop culture headlines. Just days before, rookie idol JL from AHOF made headlines for ranking one spot above Jungkook in the Handsome Faces list, a rare occurrence that reignited generational comparisons. Fans speculated that Jungkook's candid live stream was, in part, his subtle way of reclaiming the spotlight, reminding everyone that while new stars may rise, the golden magnate's charm is timeless. Yet, if you listen closely, his tone carried no bitterness, only maturity. His acceptance of Oppa felt less like competition and more like closure, a declaration that he has nothing left to prove. In truth, Jungkook doesn't need titles, ranks, or validation. He is a man who has seen the world, broken records, and faced the weight of global fame. What fans witnessed that night was not arrogance, it was peace. The kind of peace that only comes when you stop running from your own reflection. His smile, his laughter, even the way he casually leaned into the term that once made him uncomfortable, revealed a serenity that spoke louder than any lyric he's ever sung. The internet may never stop replaying that moment. It will live in compilations, fan edits, and digital archives as one of the defining clips of Jungkook's post-service era. But for those who truly understand him, it's more than a viral snippet. It's a sign of evolution, of a boy who grew into a man before the world's eyes and finally allowed himself to be loved the way fans have always wanted to love him. And as the live stream drew to a close, Jungkook smiled once more and whispered, "You really like it, huh? Then, Oppa's got you." The chat went wild. The internet broke. And in that instant, it wasn't just Jungkook accepting the word. It was the world accepting that he is finally, truly grown up. The moment Jungkook's soft voice uttered that single word, Oppa, the internet imploded. For years, he had been firm, almost comically stubborn about rejecting the title. Fans still remember his old V-Live in 2019, where he playfully scolded ARMY for calling him Oppa, waving his hand with that mix of embarrassment and humor that only he could pull off. "Don't call me Oppa," he had said, laughing but serious enough to make it stick. It became one of those legendary BTS moments that lived on in fan compilations, memes, and even merch. For Jungkook, Oppa was off-limits, an identity he wasn't ready to claim, perhaps because it felt too distant from his playful, younger self within the group. But now, in 2025, everything has changed. Jungkook is not the shy boy behind Jimin's shoulder anymore, not the quiet trainee who once bowed nervously to producers backstage. He's a man who's conquered global stages, solo charts, and the hearts of millions. His acceptance of the word Oppa wasn't just about language, it was about transformation, growth, and self-acceptance. And yet, what shocked the world was how it happened. The scene unfolded on a random late-night live broadcast. No flashy teasers, no schedule announcements, just Jungkook in a plain white shirt, a soft lamp glowing beside him, the kind of setting ARMY has always loved for its intimacy. He talked casually about his gym routine, his upcoming music, and then, out of nowhere, he read a fan comment aloud. "Oppa, you've become even more handsome during your break." He paused, laughed, and then smiled in a way that silenced the world. Oppa, he repeated, voice low, teasing, his tone different. No hint of rejection this time. "It's okay now. You can call me that." The silence that followed was electric. Even through the screen, the pause felt eternal, as if millions of fans collectively forgot to breathe. Twitter froze. Weverse exploded. Within minutes, hashtags like #JungkookOppa and #He Finally Said It trended in over 30 countries. For some fans, it was a small moment, a single word, said softly and sincerely. But for those who had followed his journey from the start, it was symbolic. Jungkook, who had always wrestled with the duality of being adored yet wanting to remain grounded, had finally stepped into a version of himself that felt comfortable with admiration, maturity, and love. But the question remains, what changed his mind? There are whispers that his time away during military service reshaped his perspective. Serving quietly, far from cameras and stages, gave him the kind of solitude fame rarely allows. In that quiet, he may have found peace with the image of who he is, not just as BTS's golden magne, but as Jeon Jungkook, a man with both vulnerability and strength. Reports from insiders say he bonded deeply with his fellow soldiers, especially during late-night conversations about identity, purpose, and growth. Some even suggest that Jungkook became a mentor figure, often encouraging younger soldiers who looked up to him. Perhaps, in accepting that role, he unconsciously began to accept being seen as an Oppa, someone reliable, mature, and protective. Still, others believe something more personalized behind it. Fans have pointed out subtle emotional shifts in his recent interactions. He's more open, more comfortable with affection, and more vocal about his gratitude toward ARMY. When he said, "It's okay now," it wasn't just about the word. It was permission for fans to see him as he truly is, not as he used to be, and it couldn't have come at a more perfect time. Just weeks before this moment, Jungkook ranked number 4 in the top 100 most handsome faces of K-pop 2025, maintaining BTS's dominance even during their post-military phase. With Jeon recently completing his discharge and RM preparing his long-awaited comeback album, Jungkook's quiet live turned into an unexpected cultural moment. His acceptance of the word Oppa became a metaphor for the new era of BTS, one defined not by the chaos of youth, but by the confidence of maturity. Interestingly, fans also noticed his choice of words later in the same broadcast. He mentioned almost cryptically, "I used to think it sounded weird, like it didn't fit me, but maybe it's okay to grow into things you once avoided." Those words resonated deeply, because that's what BTS has always stood for: growth, reflection, and evolving with time. Analysts in the K-pop industry were quick to jump in. "This isn't just about fan service," said Kim Soo-won, a senior entertainment columnist for Seoul News Daily. "This moment shows Jungkook's psychological maturity. When an idol reaches the level of comfort to embrace titles once rejected, it reflects a deeper harmony between self-image and public identity." Indeed, that harmony is evident in every facet of Jungkook's career post-2025. Since completing his military service, he's balanced public life with remarkable grace. His recent song teaser, rumored to drop under HYB's Next Chapter project, hints at a sound both introspective and powerful. Some fans speculate that the song may even include lyrical references to this Oppa moment, turning it into art, something only Jungkook could do with such emotional precision. But not everyone took it lightly. Within hours of the live, debates erupted across fandom spaces. Some longtime fans felt emotional, even nostalgic, seeing how much he had changed. Others, more playfully, teased that they weren't ready to call him Oppa yet, still clinging to the image of the mischievous 15-year-old who debuted with wide eyes and an awkward smile. There were even fans who felt bittersweet, as if this acceptance marked the final step in saying goodbye to the boy they'd grown up with.